Hi guys, this is Mike at tabletbyte.com and we're here today with an interesting review. We have the Asus EEE Pad Slider SL101 and it's in this case here, and in this clip we're going to take a look at this particular tablet, the latest from the Asus EEE Pad line of 10-inch Android tablets. Okay, so we have it inside this case. Like I said, the case came in the box, and it's probably going to be available with all tablets that are going to be sold. It looks fairly good. You can see that it's pretty thick and offers solid protection. It's also decently stylish. It's made from suede, and all these margins here are made from regular leather. It comes in black and actually feels quite nice. And once again, I'm not sure this is going to be available with all tablets, with all the sliders, but I'm pretty sure it will. And inside you can have the tablet like I saw. The interior of this particular case is made from some soft material that will keep the tablet in place, and there are also these straps you can use to secure it even more firmly there inside the case. Okay, let's get on with the case, with the slider tablet. This is how it looks. You probably already know about it, about the concept. You'll notice that it's a little bit thicker. It's not bigger, but it's a little bit thicker and heavier than other 10-inch tablets, and that's because it comes with a slide-in keyboard. First of all though, let's take a quick look at the exterior of this tablet, and we'll start with the front-facing side. And as you can see, there is a 10-inch display on top of this, 10.1-inch display with a 1280 by 800 pixel resolution. The bezels, they are pretty thick. Actually, you can see it's like an inch thick. The bezel is like an inch thick, and it's even a little bit thicker here on the sides because, as you can see, these edges are a little bit rounded. Overall, the construction feels very solid. The tablet is excellent to hold like this. It's a little bit heavier, but it's not that heavy. Now, in terms of size, it's pretty similar to other tablets. It's a little bit wider, though. It's a little bit thicker actually. It measures like 17 millimeters, while other tablets, for instance the Asus EEE Pad Transformer, only measures like 13. So it's like 25% thicker than other tablets. In terms of weight, this one goes for nearly 2 pounds, 1.95 pounds, and which actually means like 900 grams. So it's definitely heavier than other 10-inch tablets, including pretty much all of them, the Zoom, the Iconia, and the lighter Samsung Galaxy Tab 10 and the Apple iPad 2. But it's overall pretty comfortable to use, and while you're going to feel the difference, the weight difference, it's not going to be that much of a problem. Let's take now a quick look at the ports on the sides. First of all, let's start with the left side, and you have here the power button and the volume rocker. They are a little bit stiff to press, but this is quite nice because you won't accidentally press them by mistake, which is something that kind of happens on my Asus EEE Pad Transformer. One thing I don't really like is the fact that they placed it here, down here, and I'm used actually to have it here on the corner, like I'd have it on my Transformer. But this is something I'll definitely get used to. Next to it you have a reset button, so it is right here, it's the reset button. I'm not really sure why they made it that big. The good part is that the reset button is a little bit deeper into the body, so you can't really accidentally press it like this. You have to use your fingernail in order to be able to press this button. Next to it, here on the corner, there is also a micro SD slot. On the back, you have the proprietary docking connection. This is used to connect the tablet to a computer or a Mac, and also used to charge it. Next to it, there is a mini HDMI slot, and you can use it to output content on a bigger display. And on this other side, what you have here is a headphone jack. and the full-size USB slot. What I don't particularly like, the fact that they put the headphone jack here on the back, and this means that when using the tablet like this, you're going to have the cable coming all around the tablet. It would have been nicer to have it here, somewhere here, so the cable wouldn't get in your way. But this is something we have to live with. And on the front face, there's actually nothing except for this grill. But initially, I thought that this would hide some speakers behind it, but they're actually it's actually just a nice looking part that doesn't have any practical use. In terms of design, you can see the shape of this tablet. It looks quite nice. Edges are rounded, but they feel quite comfortable when held like this. There is plastic around here, matte plastic in silver, and the bottom, here it is, it comes in silver and white. What we have here is the white version. There's also going to be a mocha brown version, identical in color to the transformer. And I think the white version is a little bit more stylish, but it will also get dirtier a lot faster. Okay, what you also have on the back is this nice looking chromed aspect and chrome bar, and another silver part here which adds to the design, and the Asus logo here on the bottom. And you have the 5 megapixel camera as well. It's right here. Like on the Asus EEE Pad transformer, it doesn't include any kind of flash, so it's just a standard 5 megapixel camera. And you also have some feet, so you can easily put the tablet down on your desk and use it when you're going to slide the keyboard out. The front face, once again, is covered in Gorilla Glass. I think I forgot to mention this. And on top there is this 1.3 megapixel front-facing camera. And of course all the sensor, the luminosity sensor, and all the others are placed somewhere or on the front face as well. Now let's also see how you can actually get access to the sliding keyboard. There is this small arrow here, you can see it on top of the camera, and on the back there is another arrow as well as this particular edge, and you can grab it. What you have to do in order to open the sliding mechanism, it's quite simple. You have to grab the tablet from here and just grab it like this and pull, and it will open. It will take a little bit of time to get used to it. There is like a place here when you have to introduce your finger and make sure you are able to unlock this tablet from its location. It's a little bit stiff because you don't want it to to slide open by mistake, but overall it looks quite nice. So here it is. This is what you get in terms of sliding mechanism and the keyboard beneath. As you can see, here it is, the keyboard. We're going to talk about it in a couple of seconds. Let's also take a more detailed look at the sliding mechanism. We have it right here on the back. It feels quite solid. It's made from metal, and I believe it will be quite reliable in time. The screen, it's holding properly in place. There are these two right here. You can see there are two small hooks, and when the tablet slides on, it attaches to these hooks, so it will stay properly in place. What else should I tell you? The fact that the screen can't be adjusted, so you only get this particular viewing angle. There's really no way to adjust the screen. It would have been nice if we could lean it even more on the back or on the front if you want, for instance, to watch some content, some clips. That would have been actually very nice, because as you can see, this sliding mechanism also acts like a stand, and this is great because you're not going to need any other kind of stand for this tablet. But the fact that you can't really adjust viewing angle comes with a big con, because while the screen is good, it comes with an IPS panel, you will sometimes want to adjust the viewing angle so you'll get better images on your screen, especially when watching video content. Okay, let's focus a bit on the keyboard right now. It comes with only 5 rows of keys, unlike other keyboards, the one on the Transformer for instance, and keys are very okay in size. They're pretty much, the keyboard overall is pretty much the same width as the one you get on netbooks. However, the keys are not square, they are rectangular, so they're less tall than they are on netbooks. That makes them a little bit cramped, so when trying to type here you might get a little bit confused, especially if you have bigger fingers, so it will take a little bit of time for you to adjust to this particular keyboard. There are a couple of layout things I don't really like about it, and the most important part is the fact that you have a small shift here. When typing a lot, I tend to use shift for capitalizing letters, and instead of pressing shift I get to press this key a lot, and it's a little bit frustrating. And also I believe this is the European layout, and it will come in the US, sorry, it will come with a different layout here around the enter key. It will be like a bar, and this key will probably get here on top. Hopefully that particular layout will also come with a bigger shift key here, but I'm a little bit concerned it won't. Should also show you a couple of quick function keys. You have the button for home, the button for back, and the button for menu. And if you're going to open an application, I'm going to show them to you later. They're quite useful. One more thing though, this keyboard doesn't actually come with any kind of track point or optical point, so you can't really control a cursor on the screen, unfortunately. And this is a little bit frustrating because when using a keyboard you would not expect to have to reach for the screen, so in order to activate different commands and stuff like this. So the keyboard on this one, it will only be useful when trying to write emails or trying to write different type of content, and not that much during everyday use. The good part is that you have a full-size USB port, so you can connect a mouse, preferably a wireless mouse, and this way you will get like a mini laptop replacement with this tablet. And one more thing which is decently okay is the fact that because the keyboard is quite small, let me zoom in a little bit here, because the keyboard is quite small, you don't have to reach that far for the screen. It's definitely not like on regular laptops with a touch screen. The screen is pretty close to your finger. One thing I don't really like is the fact that you can't really use the keyboard like this, because the tablet is too wide, and it would have been nice for you to be able to use the tablet like this when traveling. Unfortunately, this is not going to happen with a 10-inch tablet like this one. Probably it will require a 7-inch tablet with a slider keyboard, and maybe we'll see something like this in the near future. Besides the physical keyboard, of course, you also have the virtual keyboard right here, and this keyboard is the one we saw on the Transformer. It's not the stock Android keyboard, it's modified by Asus by adding this row of numbers on top. It actually feels quite nice. I like it. What I don't really like is the fact that they put the go and the backspace button here. Usually they should be around here on top. But besides this, the keyboard is pretty good, and you should be able to use it quite nicely. And of course, when popping on the physical keyboard, theoretically this one goes deactivated, but you can, if you want, you can switch the physical keyboard off from here, and then you get access to this on-screen keyboard, but that's not really something we would want to use. Okay, so let's get it on back, and right now we're using this keyboard again. And let's go ahead actually and launch a quick Polaris Office document and try a quick typing test as well. It would be nice right here to have the mouse, otherwise we have to use the fingers like this and travel a lot. Okay, let's try and something on this. Okay, seems to have a bit of typos here. Space, should probably press it harder. Okay, something like this. What I meant to write here, there. So theoretically, the keyboard is okay. I don't particularly like the response time is fine, except for the space. Have to press this one harder. Theoretically, you will get used to it in time. Not really sure what to say though. Feels okay, but would probably need some adjustment time. But I definitely prefer the keyboard on the transformer. That I was a little bit more comfortable with that, mainly because this one comes with a little bit of flex, and I'm not really sure I like